Good morning and a very happy Thursday to you. Thank you so much for joining us here at Local 3 News today. As we're starting off on this Thursday morning, I wanted to show you our cloud cover loop because just in the past couple of hours, some of the clouds that we had overnight have really lifted up and moved to the northeast of our area or off to the east. So we have generally clear skies, just a couple of stray clouds here and there. You may notice that the moon looks great this morning. It was technically full the night before last, but still very much illuminated. A great start to the day. Now, from the cloud cover, let's add on the radar and wind because this is kind of the big picture that I want to point out to you. A couple of surface lows off to the north and east of us, but this one right here, that's the one that we're eyeing. This is an upper level low. That's why you can see this big spiral really taking up the eastern kind of 2/3 of the country, all rotating around that, bringing us some snow to portions of Missouri and also into Illinois. This is the culprit system as it tracks slowly to the east that can bring us a little bit of that wintry activity for tomorrow into Saturday. So let's zoom in to our local area with Futurecast for today. Nothing really happening during the daytime. You're going to get mostly sunny skies, a few scattered clouds here and there, wind generally coming from the west at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. This evening, clouds are going to be gradually increasing, so becoming partly cloudy and eventually mostly cloudy. But it's really not until after midnight that we can start to see some of those slight dots of precipitation. So during the overnight hours, there's not a lot of moisture to play with, but we'll begin to have a little bit of spotty activity that moves into our western communities, primarily the higher elevations. So we're going to be talking about the Cumberland Plateau for most of our Tennessee communities. And you can see this faded out kind of pink to blue. That's that wintry mix transition. But again, not a whole lot happening during the overnight hours into Friday morning. It'll be Friday afternoon through Saturday morning. I think that we'll have a bump up in that activity becoming scattered across the area. So what can you expect? Well, for our higher elevations, especially Plateau, but even down into a few of those mountains in Alabama into Georgia, and for our eastern mountain communities, kind of right along the Tennessee-North Carolina line into those mountains in North Georgia, you'll have that wintry mix to some of those light snow showers. Valley spots, the chance for a few little sprinkles, maybe a couple spitting snowflakes. There's not a lot of moisture with this. That's why all of these colors are more faded out in nature, but this will continue into Saturday morning. Notice that timestamp at about 10 a.m. with some of those bursts of blue showing up on the map. As far as those snow chances go for the plateau, a little bit more likely if you're on the western edge, so west of the Sequatchie Valley. And by Saturday afternoon, that starts to fade out. In fact, by Saturday evening, we're going to have some clearing skies as those clouds decrease. So what does that mean then? For our winter weather impact for Friday and Saturday, you're going to see these colored in gray colors. That's indicating limited. It's on the scale, but it's on the low end of the scale here. So light snow accumulation is possible. Of course, we always want you to drive carefully. There could be a couple of slick roads, especially bridges and overpasses, but most of this snow is going to be sticking on those elevated surfaces. And also as far as when we're talking about those elevated surfaces and grassy areas. So generally a dusting to 1 inch. We may have a couple of boom spots on the Cumberland Plateau dependent on where some of those bands where you could get a little bit more than 1 inch, but overall dusting to 1 inch. You'll see some of those lower mountaintops to the east at that dusting range, some of the higher peaks up to 1 inch right along the Cherokee Skyway, about 1 to 2 inches may be possible. Today, no snow at play, mostly sunny, that cooler air, 49 for your high. Tonight, low temperatures, upper 20s to low 30s. I think in Chattanooga at 34, increasing clouds, that mix adding in after midnight. And then tomorrow, 44, wintry mix with more clouds possible for your Friday. Of course, Saturday, that's going to be your December 30th. Still a little bit of that activity. Things kind of wrap up and dry out by Saturday evening. And then Sunday, slightly warmer with a high of 55 and mostly sunny. And then we ring in the New Year Sunday night into Monday morning.
Well, things could get interesting in some areas tomorrow night.
Yeah.
And honestly, beautiful, because you're talking about Altamont up there. You've got a lot of woods, nice little pretty coating of snow, Blue Ridge area, Murphy.
Right, exactly. So it'll be nice. It's not going to be something that causes hopefully too many issues. We're not talking 3, 4, 5 inches of snow. Yeah. But I like that, the coating, just a little bit to make you feel good.
The pictures, send us your pictures. Wait till it comes down. I mean, you send them now too, but we want the ones with snow.
Yeah.
All right.